So half guard is one of the only positions that we see in jiu-jitsu that we actually have submissions both top and bottom. And I really like to force half guard, not only because it's simpler to pass, but also because you have the opportunity that you're able to submit from there. Different than if you're in a closed guard or like an open extended guard, you don't have submissions there. But because of the way you get closer to them, you do have some submissions available, okay? So we're gonna get started with first the very traditional pass. We're gonna pass to mount. Okay, so we're gonna be here. I'm gonna be in half guard where my partner has one leg, but sometimes we have a half guard that we have like this knee shield. So we're gonna already start just a little bit farther, and we're gonna be here that I am gonna be chest to chest. I'm gonna have a cross face and underhook, and I'm gonna make my partner flat. Okay, so we're gonna start here. And if you notice that right now, my knee is really far inside of his legs. So the first thing that I need to do is I need to get the knee out. So I'm gonna be here, chest to chest, and I'm gonna go on my toes. I'm gonna tripod up, and then I'm gonna cut my knee here. So you can see that now the knee is not inside the legs, but he still has my foot trapped, okay? So because I already have this cross face in the underhook, I wanna just make sure that I don't allow this arm to go to my leg here and start pushing the leg back in, and I go backwards, okay? So I just wanna make sure that I control this. So once I come, I tripod and I bring my knee to this side. My other leg, just to find a good balance, is gonna be nice and stretched. And then this one where I have the underhook, I'm just gonna walk it very high because now I can't bug me. So I'm gonna walk it and have a lot of pressure forward on my partner. And then when I'm ready and I feel very stable here, I'm gonna take my free extended leg, I'm gonna bring it, and I'm gonna make a hook here. So now find that leg, I'm gonna make a hook, I'm gonna open the legs to where my leg becomes free. And now I can release and open my hands so that I'm able to stabilize very well here inside of the mount, okay? So I'm gonna start with my leg inside. So remember that we're just gonna already pass this knee shield. The leg is gonna be here. I'm gonna be cross face, underhook, and I am just gonna make my partner flat. So they're gonna be flat on my back. I'm gonna tripod to where my knee is gonna clear here. I'm gonna walk the arm up. Now I'm gonna take my free leg, I'm gonna make a hook. And I'm gonna use this hook to open, to release. I'm gonna mount, and now I'm just gonna open the hands. So I'm here, finishing my hands. All right, guys, well, let's go. Ready, 1, 2. Guys, try to. So the first technique, I am passing the guard. I finish in mount. So this is a high scoring pass. I get 7 points total for this. So a lot of times, like when you're competing, if maybe you just pass the guard to side control, you're only gonna get 3 points. Maybe you're down by 5. This is a good strategy to know that I wanna pass directly to mount because it's very high scoring, okay? So we're gonna do the next technique. And here, I'm going to take the back actually from half guard. Sometimes it's really hard just to pass even a half guard, but knowing how to change and go in different directions can be really useful. So we're gonna take the back from here. So one of the key components for this position to kind of understand when the back is available is that here, when I keep him very flat, I don't have the back exposed. But when this arm comes across and it ends up like this direction, this is gonna be the place that I have the back. So what we're gonna do to kind of simulate this situation is I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna start the same, that I have the cross face and the underhook on chest to chest, and I'm gonna do my tripod so that I'm able to bring the knee out. Here I can push to bring it. But maybe I get here and already maybe the arms are framing on me. They come right, they're framing, they push, they create this space here. And he turns this direction, because again, the fight is to put the knee back in, okay? So when the person, I get here, and the person is facing here, this is the situation that I'm gonna have the back, okay? So what I'm gonna do everything the same. I'm gonna do my tripod, I'm gonna get to here, then I'm gonna let my partner turn, like they wanna put that knee back in. This is simulating what happens. This is a real reaction that people will do this. So once they're here, what I'm gonna do is my free leg, I'm gonna jump it to the head, okay? So what happened is I had this knee down, this one up, I'm gonna jump, I'm gonna switch. So I'm gonna have this knee down now, and this knee came up, but look that my leg is still trapped, okay? The higher my knee can get to the head, better for me. So sometimes I end up and I'm like down here, I'm just not gonna be able to control well. So I wanna try to jump the knee, think you're making that pillow for your partner's head to rest on. Now I'm gonna have my seatbelt control. I need to have my arms controlling him too. So from here, I'm gonna go under the top arm, around the head, and I'm gonna utilize my watch grip. So basically just grabbing on your own wrist where you would be wearing the watch. I have a watch, so you guys are, it's really easy to be here, okay? And now I'm gonna have my chest find the back of his chest. I'm gonna actually put pressure forward first, just to make him kind of uncomfortable and throw him off. And now this back leg, I wanna make sure that I bring it nice and parallel with him. When I'm ready, I'm gonna sit to my butt. I'm gonna pull him all the way to the other side. And now I'm gonna be able to have the room that my foot is gonna be able to finish. And here I finish on the back. I have my hooks and my seatbelt. Okay, so we're gonna be here. I'm gonna start chest to chest. I'm gonna do the same, but I'm gonna bring the knee across. Now my partner's gonna move this side, right? Like they're trying to put the leg back in. So the first step, I'm gonna move the leg. So I switch my legs. Now I wanna find my seatbelt. Under the arm, around the head, grabbing this watch grip here. I'm gonna push forward. I'm gonna bring my leg, make sure that I bring it close to the back. Pull all the way to the other side, and then I'm gonna be able to put my second foot in. So I'm gonna take the back from the top of the half grip. Let's go, guys. Same partners. Ready, 1, 2. Guys, both people working. 2 and 2 back and forward. Oh. So we have our 2 ways, 2 directions that we can go from the top of the half guard. I can pass to mount. I can also go and take the back from there. And the key point that I want you guys to maybe take away from today is that one of the first things that you have to do to make progress inside of the top of half guard is getting your knee free. If the knee is stuck inside of there, the person does still have too much control of you. So I'm gonna show you an example. There's a technique. I'm not gonna go over it or show you guys how to do it in this moment, but it's called the lockdown. So if I'm here on the bottom, you can see his knee is inside and I weave my legs like this. I have a lot of control of him, okay? And even from here, if he tries to get the knee out or try to go forward, I'm able to stretch him and move him away from me, okay? So again, he's like very big, but it's very hard for him to move. And sometimes maybe he catches my arm for this key lock, that this alone is gonna help to save me because I have this stretch. It's hard for him to finish, right? So try to finish. It's hard for him to finish. He just doesn't have enough control because I am moving him too far down, okay? So the first step is gonna be that I'm gonna change positions here. So you're gonna be on top. I need to always clear my knee because if the knee is inside and I try to submit, a lot of times they are able to stretch me. They still have too much control. So I have to get the knee line free, then I'm gonna be able to do some submissions. So the first one we are gonna do is gonna be a key lock. So I'm gonna start the same. I'm gonna have cross face, underhook, chest to chest. I'm gonna do my tripod and I'm gonna cut the knee across. So again, if I keep here and the knee is out, I do have good control of him, that he's not able to utilize the legs. Like right now, the only control he has is just this little baby foot. And here I will be able to do the key lock. So the key lock is gonna be on this side, and he's already turning, the arm is on the floor. So just to attack this key lock, I'm gonna go 2-on-1 to the forearm, kind of controlling right here near the wrist, and then closer to the elbow. I'm gonna put all my body behind it, right? So I find it, my arms are straight, I'm gonna put the hand to the floor. Now I need to build a cage so that he's not able to defend, because if I wait too long, the other arm is gonna come through to this hand. Yes, right, he grabs it together. Now I changed him, okay? I'm not gonna be able to finish. So I need to build my cage. So I have the frame, and right away, I'm gonna put the forearm onto the floor here so that I build this frame, and it's difficult for the other arm to come through, okay? So this one's gonna stay on the wrist. This one, I'm gonna go through the bicep. I'm gonna grab my own watch here. So now what I'm gonna do is I need to bring the arm in and close to the body, kind of like a chicken wing. So I'm gonna bring it here. I can put my other knee on the floor just so that I find my weight more on top of him. Again, I need to bring it nice and close, and then I'm gonna elevate the elbow until I find it, okay? So I'm just gonna start from this position. It's the same one that we did when we were mounting, and now I'm just gonna work here. I'm gonna do forearm, elbow. Right away I come, and I wanna build this frame here. So it's difficult for the arm to come in. So this means on this arm, the elbow is on the floor, and it's kind of connected to the head here. It's on the wrist. I'm gonna go through the bicep, grab my own wrist. Now it's important that I bring the arm in like a chicken wing, because here, I'm not gonna be able to finish. So I need to suck it in. I bring it nice and close to the body, and now I wanna keep the wrist on the floor, and I'm gonna elevate the elbow to find the top. Key lock inside of the top of half guard. Let's go, guys. Ready, 1, 2. That we're gonna be here, we're already gonna have this knee out. And remember that maybe I was trying to do this key lock, but maybe already he goes to this position here. And when the arm comes across here, this is a lot of work for me to go to mount, a lot of work maybe to finish this key lock, because this other arm is in my way a lot. But here I do have good back exposure. And then I also want to be able to submit with a choke here, okay? So similar to how we were going to take the back, I'm going to do everything the same. That I just want to make sure the arm comes across. So here I can push it and kind of like put my belly in the way. So it's just a little hard for him to bring the arm back. And then I'm going to switch the legs. So the same that we were doing for taking the back, and I'm going to find my seat belt here. So one thing just with the control, here I'm pretty high. So I just want to kind of find to where I'm more connected with him. So I just kind of adjust and I come down lower. So here, like my chest is connected. This is gonna give you much better control of them as opposed to like here, right? I feel very uncomfortable just because I have good awareness. I know it's gonna be hard for me to control. So simple, but I just get a little bit lower. My chest comes here. I wanna be kind of like ear to ear with the person for good control. So what I'm gonna do is this top arm, the one in the armpit, I'm gonna open my partner's gi. So I want to open it, and then I want to kind of like bring it down. And what I'm doing by doing this is taking out all the slack in his gi. Normally we have space here, but when I stretch it, already I make it more taut. So I'm gonna open it, bring it down, and now the one that's under the head, I'm gonna feed it right here. So I feed my thumb in, and now I'm gonna grab it with all 4 fingers. Now I'm gonna use this arm that I wanna get it behind his head, but you can see here, it's difficult for me to get it. So I'm gonna bring it up, I'm gonna stretch the arm, and now I'm gonna have a really good angle to be right behind his head. So the one behind the head is like I'm chopping, like slicing bread, and the one that's choking, I'm gonna focus to bring my elbow up. So I'm gonna be here to find the towel, okay? So we're gonna start in this position Here, we're gonna do the same, but my partner is more to this side. I'm gonna just bring the arm across, change the legs. First, I wanna work to get good control. So here, I wanna kind of find chest to chest. I'm gonna have this good seatbelt. Now my top hand, I'm gonna open this gi, and I wanna kind of like pull it down to take the slack out, and I'm just gonna feed it. My thumb's gonna go inside, 4 fingers on the outside. I wanna really grab it, okay? Now this arm, I'm gonna elevate a little so that it really easy is gonna go behind his head. Now to finish, I'm gonna chop, so I'm gonna slice the bread here, and then the elbow is pulling up. So it has like a push and pull effect. Sorry, go ahead, buddy. All right, guys, let's go. Be nice to your training partners. Let's go. We're doing 2 training partners.